recording. I'm assuming it's recording because that thing's flashing. Alright, so the date is Thursday, 27th of March, I do believe. Hey boy. So yeah, as you can see, obviously I'm not getting too much footage from the field right now because I still don't have all the parts in. Okay. I still don't have all the parts in for my camera yet, unfortunately. I only got one piece in yesterday, just picked it up today. Not the case, unfortunately, but then again, I was the one that bought the cheap version of the camera, which was missing all the other pieces, because I was only missing one piece for it, which was the case, which is why I bought it. Anyway, so yeah, went out just last week. There's no footage from it because, well, as I noticed from the past footage, the camera was getting those little color lines on it from the cold. Maybe I'll take it out this weekend since it's going to be warmer. Still trying to sell this thing. It's my BT TM15. Very good for woods ball, especially if you're a speedsball player, because it has the internals of a Empire Mini, I believe. Programmable board, got 3 functions. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna. Yes, I missed you too. Yeah, just to let you know why he's all over me right now is because I just walked in the door. Well, sort of. He ran out and met me, brought him some food home. But yeah, good gun. Highly recommend using a remote line, which I will be selling with it if you want, along with a tank possibly. Does not come up with the M-Bus flip-up sights because I paid $50 for those and they're still reasonably new. But yeah, something that many of you are probably looking forward to seeing is this little thing. The Milsig M17. This is the CQC version. Polymer with metal reinforced body. Comes with a 18 round first strike compatible magazine. Little thing about the magazine is right here there's a notch. When you first buy it, you gotta shave a little bit off there and round the top just a tiny bit so it actually slides into the mag and the mag catches easier, like it does there. Yeah, very reliable gun. 2 functions, semi, which most markers have, and then the one that sets this apart from all other markers is full auto and mechanical only, no batteries. Although heavy in air usage, I don't recommend using it for that reason alone. But yeah, took this out the other day. Was pretty good considering the conditions. It was pretty cold. I had an Apex barrel on here. Was shooting as straight as it can when you're using hard rub or frozen rubber on dented balls, but then again, that's because the store is where the owner is buying his paint is trying to get rid of all their cheap crap before summer, and he even told everyone. But then again, we were all shooting extremely close range anyway, except for on the D-Day hill. Pretty fun game that was, especially for magfed. I had this mag and another mag like this from a friend who lent it to me because he got all his stuff in one go, unlike me who's still waiting. Not that I mind too much, but halfway through the day this mag kind of crapped out on me because the little red pusher here was getting stuck in the twist. I'm not quite sure what the reason was. I think it was something to do with the cold, but opened it up, fixed it. It's working good now. But was only for half a day. I was using that and another mag, so that's what, 2 18 round mags. Then for the other half of the day I was only using his 18 round mag and 3 10-round tubes in my pocket. Let me just say it's not the wisest idea to do that, but it is completely fun to have to stop halfway through a firefight and just toss in 10 rounds and then hope that each one of those rounds really counts. But especially when you're going up against guys with 240 round hoppers and speedball guns. One thing I will say about this though, if you think it's completely water resistant just because it's polymer, it is not. You want up? Yeah. There you go, boy. Because after that last weekend, I came home and literally just passed out for 7 hours because I wasn't sleeping much the night before, and physical exertion, well, kind of adds a toll. But I didn't get a chance to dry the gun off right away, so a bit of rust built up on the bolts. Nothing permanent or damaging, but just took a cloth and wiped it all off. Opened up the gun completely, and by completely I mean taking the trigger assembly off, the mag off, and shroud, just to clean it all out, make sure it's all good. Only had 2 breaks, but that was because this mag was not feeding right. Didn't really have to do all too much though, it was still accurate for all intent and purpose. Hopefully next week all my stuff will be in. If not, some people are going to be getting complaints on it taking over 30 days to get all the stuff here when it was only supposed to take 20. But yeah, not a half bad gun. Are you done? I guess I missed you too. Yes, this is my puppy Tyron, and he is getting absolutely huge. I don't believe you can see him on frame, so come here, boy, come here. So, hey, say hi to the people. Say hi to the giant mass called Internet. Or not. So, just picked up a cheap pair of mechanic gloves. These are the utility, highly recommended for paintball, especially if you're going to do what I did several times, which was the gauntlet. Protects your knuckles from being shot when people are trying to shoot you in the groin. Which is kind of the reason why I fell over, because I was getting shot in the knuckles and it was really starting to hurt. I wanted to cover my knuckles, but at the same time I didn't want to move them. And what are you doing, boy? Yeah. In case you haven't noticed, the videos are pretty simplistic right now because the computer I'm using, which is my laptop, isn't strong enough to run Adobe After Effects and all that, and rendering time is, 6:1? For every 1 minute of video, it takes about 6 minutes to render. And that's without high graphic quality like the intro that you saw. But that intro only took me about, 20 minutes to make, but it took me about 2 hours to render. So, but, yeah, getting quite lazy and all this. Plans for my milsig. As you see in the DMR and the XDR or whatever it's called, or I'm not sure what their variants are called, but they have this neat shroud that, well, you see quite often now, but their versions lift the entire rail up and cover. The one I'm getting is solely the handguard because I don't want high profile. It's real steel, so I'm going to have to modify it to fit this because I'm not quite acquainted with this little mountain bracket, so it's not going to take too long to do that. That's one mod. The other mod is the stock. Once I get the tank and get the measurements, I'm hoping to elongate the stock by about yay much, because as you can see, it actually feels a bit more comfortable for my long arms to have it resting further back than the closer up, and it's just a toilet paper roll inside holding it together for now, because I don't have the tank and I don't want it flying all over the place in my gun case. So it's a lot better than that, because that feels too short, even though it's a QCB. or QC, however you want to call it. It's like 3 acronyms for the same term. The other mod is an apex barrel, which I was trying to use in cold weather. Not quite the best idea, because all it does is give you a longer barrel, the apex doesn't work too much. Okay, don't do it, excuse me. So one of the mods that I did to the apex was I put a screw in there so it acts as a set screw so this doesn't turn. Although it's turning right now because, well, not quite. I guess the screw came loose. Yeah, it's loose. So that way once you set it, it acts as a flat line, but a much smaller. And I don't really know why I'm doing this now anymore. You can tell I'm not used to talking to a camera. And yeah, so that with the shroud. The shroud should hopefully come up to here, so it gives it a sleek look. Gonna try and run a vestless rig, meaning I have the 3 mags on my leg, 1 in the gun. I don't think I'll be running this too often. Most likely I'll only be using the gun in semi only because of its it's too air heavy when you put it in full auto. So I'm trying to make the most of the rounds. And puppy. But yeah. So hopefully you guys get some footage of this weekend. Oh yes, I just did a poster for Rolly for General Splatters for the opening. I'll probably edit it in here, wherever fits on the screen, and yeah. So the field's opening April 1st officially, because well, people are still going down right now, mainly people that are doing favors for him and everything. But feel free to come down. It's only $20 for 500 rounds, and whether or not he's charging entry fee depends on, well, I don't think he's charging entry fee for now, for the time being, but don't hold me to that. I think it's more or less because it's just close friends going down for now. But, yeah. Put some posters up of V-Day all over Alexandria, myself. I believe Mark put some up in, Mark or Rick, one of the two put some up in Cornwall. Mark might have put some up in some of the schools around here, but not quite too sure. Still looking around to try and get a better price on those patches, so that way I can actually lower it from $10, $15 to about $5 or however low I can get it, so I can sell them off faster and people actually have something. So yeah, I'm eager to play games that I just bought today. Got some extra money in today and figured I'd buy a little something to fill my hobby, because all I do is read heavily, and gaming not so much, because I don't have any new games except for those now. But yeah, once I was hoping to do a full gear review, but none of the stuff is in, and I don't want to do a gear review yet. Don't eat my gloves. You have a bad habit of eating them. I don't want to do a full gear review until all the stuff's in, so I can actually do in-depth, and hopefully I'll have parts to my stronger computer. Computer builds roughly $1,500, give or take, but more or less that's because it's using expensive components, like a i7 processor core and a 250 solid-state gigabyte drive. I just messed that up, but whatever. I'm not going to go back in the video and erase that just to say it properly, because it takes too much time, and my computer's going to overheat from the work. So, yeah. Anything else I can point out? Field opening, Milsig, yeah. Not that I'm hating on anyone, but a lot of the mods for the CQC, I keep saying it backwards because I'm used to saying the other variants of it. But what you see a lot of mods on these is the Apex MOE front handguard. Not hating, I don't like the MOE all too much. It's too common. I'm actually trying to find a different handguard than the one I'm looking at, because I don't like going mainstream, shit like that. But it's the only key mod, or whatever you want to call it, barrel system that actually is interesting and, well, doesn't look like a complete stupid thing. Was looking at another company, but they're real steel and they use high-grade aluminum components. And put it this way, it's about $250 for a single handguard for the length I'm looking for. And I'm not spending as much as or almost as much as I did on this gun for a little thing that not even going to get much notice. So, gun aside and those few mods, it's actually working pretty well. I don't think I'm missing anything, and if I am, oh well. It appears that my camera's gonna die, but yeah. So, you wanna say anything, pup? Hey? No? Yeah. Trying to break these gloves in a bit before this weekend. They're really good so far. Hey, puppy. Hey, ah. So, yeah. That small little update aside, hopefully I'll be able to post videos soon of actual gameplay. If the parts aren't in by Friday or next week, well, oh well. So yeah, it's been a pleasure talking with you people, or massive, whatever, media, or internet. So yeah, this has been Tactical, oh crap, saying my Xbox user again. I don't care if you add me or not, but hey, this has been James Ishmael Prudhomme of Ishmael Paintball. God, that sounds cliche. Giving you a small update. Hopefully I'll actually be able to put real videos up soon, because I absolutely hate doing these vlog type things, because I don't like talking to a camera, especially not when I'm in front of it. But yeah, I'll see you next Friday, which is April, I believe. This is, I already said that. Anyway, see you people of planet Earth. Countries aside, languages aside, religions aside, we're all people, so stop killing people and stop killing each other and start shooting each other with paintballs. It's much more fun and there's no real consequence of that. So, yeah, I'm gonna go play with my puppy now, so see ya.